Will Trump finally announce the gray supremacy over our solar system? Or will he fold under pressure like a cheap tent? Does it matter? Disclosure has already happened. The stigma will take years to erode. Why does the government hide aliens from us? Because you can't handle the truth. There can be no doubt that there are deep, dark secrets. Secrets so deep they carry lethal authority to keep them hidden. If you've been following, you know aliens are here. If you've seen my channel, you know why they're here, what they want, and where they live. If you're clever, like I know some of you are, you know there's more to this story. Information you're not allowed to know. This problem goes way deeper than interstellar energy. 2026 holds secrets that have yet to be uncovered. I think this year may be the most pivotal year in human existence.
You are not allowed to know any of this.
This is the truth, and it changes
everything.
The Information Security Oversight Office has been renewing top secret status on secrets so old the people involved are now long dead. Normally, top secret has a 25-year shelf life. Top-tier underground judges consistently ruled that this information is too overpowering for your sensitive eyes and ears. They keep pushing the release further and further down the timeline. They either think we are stupid, or maybe there's more to the story. What's in those files to cause generations of presidents, security staff, and judges to lie to their own people? Those files have something in them that's unthinkable, impossible to admit. Any advancements in technology that were made in the 50s or 60s, or even the 70s and 80s, would be obsolete now. So the premise that the cover-up is to protect reverse-engineered science discoveries is just not the whole story. Just weeks ago, the new defense bill signed into law on December 18, 2025, forces AARO to brief Congress on UAP intercepts since 2004 and audit secret classification guides, directly addressing long-standing concerns about overclassification. Alien culture is creeping into our laws. This bill is a direct admission that Congress believes there's an overclassification of secret information. However, not everyone in Congress is fully informed. Not everyone has security clearance. Some have been privileged to a partial truth. What they have been allowed to see has given them enough to have discussions with other members of Congress, and they believe that this partial truth is the whole story. What they are forgetting is that the secret has been kept for 80 years. Technology is not motive for the length of secrecy. The problem is much bigger, big enough to threaten the lives of presidents. The deep state is keeping secrets from you. The narrative? They're fighting an underground war, a race to reverse engineer alien technology. The crashes that have been reported were gifts given to all major countries. Aliens do not crash. Imagine what the crash rate of automobiles will be 50 years from now, once the AI masters driving. Crashes, they're just not going to happen. Alien crashes like Roswell, the deep state would have you believe, were crashes, but in fact they were gifts. Or maybe a test. Gifts we have squandered, and tests we have failed. Why would the deep state want you to believe Roswell and others were crashes in the first place? Why do alien crashes appear to happen so often? Grok predicts that there were between 50 and 100 reported alien crashes in the last 100 years. Wait, so we can't get a clear photo of them because allegedly they're here so infrequently that we're not even allowed to know they exist? But there have been 50 to 100 crashes in the last 100 years? A frequency of 1 per year? How is their crash rate so high? It doesn't make any sense. So why is the deep state lying to you, telling you these are crashes? Because they're trying to save face. They can't say that they're not in control of our solar system. It would be political suicide. What if the secret that they've been keeping for 80 years is not what they've been telling you? What if reverse engineering is just a placeholder for the truth? A partial truth. Something plausible to satisfy your curiosity. What if it's not the whole truth? and there's something bigger at play, like, say, power. Aliens are here. We see them in the sky, underwater, and in space. We have reports from abductees like Travis Walton, Betty Hill, and countless others. We see evidence in Peru, Egypt, Easter Island, and all over the world. They've been here all along. If the universal barrier to travel is the speed of light, then they need to be close enough for all of this to make sense. They need to be able to get to us within a lifetime. Jupiter is only 35 light minutes away. It's a massive hydrogen store. Jupiter is the motive for them to be here. Jupiter fits with all evidence. The evidence must fit. Everything we've seen, experienced, and measured must work, including the science to explain what their ships do, what we see in the skies, and what we experience as abductees. There is too much evidence for it not to be real. They're writing laws about UAP in Congress. Thousands of abductees are not lying. There is too much common ground, too much evidence. A stigma, which they admit they seeded. A secret they don't even try to hide. Movies and books, all structured to release the information in a way, but to do what?
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
There has to be a motive for all actions. Motive is required for all life, alien or not. A single-cell organism starts to move once it discovers through evolution that moving can get it more food. The motive for this evolutionary function is food. All life needs a motive to act. This is needed in court for a criminal conviction. So where is the motive in this frame? Why are our governments keeping these secrets under threat of life? What's so detrimental? Why do all governments agree? If aliens are here and there's nothing to see here, then one of the 200 plus countries on this planet should have spilled the beans. We see all governments, all companies, and all religions in unison on this topic. Either the witnesses are lying, or there's a secret so bad they can't even tell you what it is. Our governments are suppressing development of education and healthcare systems in favor of the military application of alien technology. They can't tell you what they've discovered and keep the discoveries secret from our perceived enemies. If they openly admit the tech to cancer treatment, then it allows the enemy to capture that information and use it against us. They spend trillions of dollars on this effort, money they keep hidden from you. The deep state creates disaster after disaster to cover all this up. Money that could be spent on healthcare, education, infrastructure, and more. Money you're not allowed to know about. Money you're not allowed to see.
These 19 hijackers, devout religious fundamentalists who like to drink alcohol, snort cocaine, and live with pink-haired strippers, managed to knock down 3 buildings with 2 planes in New York. While in Washington, a pilot who couldn't handle a single-engine Cessna was able to fly a 757 in an 8,000-foot descending 270-degree corkscrew turn to come exactly level with the ground, hitting the Pentagon in the budget analyst office where DoD staffers were working on the mystery of the $2.3 trillion that Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld had announced missing from the Pentagon's coffers in a press conference the day before, on September 10th, 2001. Luckily, the news anchors knew who did it within minutes.
Osama bin Laden.
The pundits knew within hours.
Osama bin Laden.
The administration knew within the day.
Terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbored them.
And the evidence literally fell into the FBI's lap.
That a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that.
Why do we allow this fraud to fester? Because you don't even know it's happening. The alien agenda is power and dominance. You are not allowed to know any of this because our leadership is scared what will happen when you know the truth. Death is being leveraged to keep the secrets hidden. If you sign a government NDA on this topic, you put your life and the life of your family on the line. Our leaders do not know how to move forward on this. I mean, how do you tell 7 billion people that aliens are the dominant force in the solar system? They can't. They won't. So they reverse engineer alien technology in secret so they can eventually challenge these beings with force in space. A decision that puts humanity on trial. A decision that you don't know is being made. A decision that gambles the DNA of every being on this planet. The reason the deep state secrets exist? Because you would not tolerate these secrets if you knew all there is to know about them. You would not allow them to prioritize the development of weapons over the development of curing dementia or cancer. Not with gifts from the stars. Not if you knew the intent under which they were given. These tests that they give us are intrinsic. They're designed to see how we react to situations. They gave us ships with limited technology, dummy tech, designed to throw us off the scent, to confuse us. They gave us biologics, no two the same. Another attempt to confuse. The real purpose? To test us. To see what we would do if we actually had an alien being. Would we treat it with respect, or would we torture it like we do our own people? What do we do with the science? Where does it get applied? To the machines of war, or to science, communication, philosophy, and healthcare? The aliens keep giving us opportunities, and we keep showing them our true colors. We keep beating the war drums, fighting over who wears the crown of shit. People dying in the streets from overdoses, drugs from a cartel run by the CIA. They don't even hide it. In the movie American Made, the CIA tells how its operation was driving the cocaine trade in the 1980s. Now the government is targeting drug boats right out in the open. Leverage derived from a fentanyl crisis they probably created. The rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. But why? To drive the underground economy of secrets. They're scared of reflections from the past, secrets so deep, if I were to disclose them, I would probably end up dead. Secrets that are really complicated and don't really bear any fruit to be exposed. There is confusion, discontent, and mistrust on both sides. Aliens and humans, cultivated from 80 years of festering secrets. Our side driving to claim our independence. Their side driving to secure the energy of Jupiter. Neither side is communicating, and neither side is acting intelligently. Ego has taken control on both sides, and it's time someone did something. Can we let the egos of powerful people ruin the lives of the innocent? What do we do? What can we do? There are answers, easy fixes, found in the most obvious of places. Communicate. We need to communicate. Not next week, not next year, but now. The aliens need to come out of the shadows. The deep state needs to lose the fight it's having with Congress. The wounds of secrecy need to see the light, and all needs to be exposed. The rot that has overtaken has tainted us. Rot that was forged in the fires of World War II. The idea that sacrifices in the name of the greater good should have no limits, especially when applied to power. A lesson learned when the Nazis tried to take power over Earth. I am here, laying it all out to bear, in hopes that there is some human left in the word humanity. I want to see the secrets lift. I want to build a communication platform like the aliens have. One where we can communicate at scale as a singular unit of humans, rising to meet the massive entity that is the universe, together, as one. I want to see ideas argued intelligently, where discussions about politics and religion can be met with calm heads, where the left and right can see they both argue for the same thing. They just have their own idea on how to get there. The secrets of war need to die. We are all humans on this planet, and our differences are mostly tied to unprovable points. If a point is unprovable, then neither party is 100% right, and therefore, both positions are wrong. I have never seen a person choose a lesser idea over a stronger one. If the strongest idea always rises to the top, the way I believe in my heart we all agree it does, then why would we let another person get hurt or die for a wrong idea forced into existence through ego? We need to agree. If we can't agree, then we need to agree that our method is wrong and work together to make the least costly mistake until we get the information we need so we can all agree. Technology enables intelligence, but intelligence must enable technology. Which reveals greater mastery? To impose peace through the brute force of war, or to cultivate enduring peace through the refined art of communication and persuasion? Hopefully, the eternal God of knowledge will hear our call. Smash that like button and subscribe. And don't forget, there's more content on the channel, so go check it out.